Hello friends and family, Jason Berry here, and I have not gone mega, I've got Mario. And we are here at Universal City Walk. They're heading to Universal Studios Hollywood, and you can imagine what I want to check out first, the Super Nintendo World. And we are going to have a fun day of it, so join me and let's check out the attractions. Alrighty. The Crash Spaceship is still here when it used to be Things from Another World, the comic shop owned by Dark Horse. There's still two of them out there in Oregon and probably elsewhere. I'm not sure where they're at. But it's kind of cool that that spaceship is still here. And we're almost on our way. Unfortunately, my Express Pass does not include early access to Super Nintendo World, so I just got to go in at 8 and rush it like everybody else, basically. I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to make Toadstool Cafe today, but the rest of it should be just fine. This is the crowd to get into new Super Nintendo World for 8 a.m. Not too bad, but it's piling up. We're already in at 7:30, but there is a wait here because the early access people still got priority till 8 a.m. I did get my wristband for the activities. It's also good for an amiibo outfit on your Mario Kart game for the Nintendo Switch, so it's got some extra abilities, which is nice. Mario Kart is currently at 100 minutes, even in early access, so that's going to be a long wait. And now, while I'm waiting in line to get in, here's a little Nintendo fun fact. The origins of Mario can go all the way back to a game called Radar Scope, which Nintendo put out in America around the time of like Space Invaders and Galaxian and Galaga. That's the kind of game it was, a space shooter. It absolutely bombed in America, so Nintendo needed to replace those radar scope units and program a brand new game into them. They got their youngest programmer, Shigeru Miyamoto, to look for a game. He was originally going for a version of King Syndicate's Pac-Man. I mean, not Pac-Man, sorry, Popeye. Originally going for Popeye. He was really enjoying that, but they could not get the license to Popeye at the time. They would 3 years later and produce a game on that. In the meantime, he took the concepts he got from that Popeye game and made Donkey Kong, which of course had Mario as the star. Also, the reason Mario has overalls in that game is because they wanted something to accentuate his arms as they were running. They didn't want them to mesh in with his outfit, so they gave him red overalls and a blue shirt at the time. The line is moving again, and it's getting cramped. Well, nobody's got claustrophobia. On my way. There it is. Awesome. Here we go. We are here. Don't have anybody to pose with, so I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna jump into it. Whoa. Oh. Oh my God. Look at that. da 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 da. Boom. I am in the world of Super Mario, man. It is awesome. Even little toads, mushrooms to wait on. Oop. Going the wrong way if I want to get into Bowser's castle. Okay, that's going to be it for now. I think I scanned a reservation thing for Toadstool's Cafe. I'm going to try to get into a reservation for that, so let's go. Wait a minute. There's a single rider line this whole time? Oh well. At the mouth of Bowser's castle. And you can see the statue of the great Bowser deep inside the cave. You know, it's odd that the start of the queue has Yoshi's Island, and then eventually gets around to like Bowser's Castle and more of a Mario Kart theme when it's a Mario Kart ride. And at Super Nintendo World Universal Japan, there is a Yoshi's Island. It's a very slow ride there. And I think what they have here is just like remnants of that, and maybe later on they might include that. But for now, we got the Mario Kart ride, and it looks like it's going to be pretty awesome. Passing by Bowser, everyone's taking a picture with this guy. The entire ride stops just so everyone can take a picture with Bowser. It's awesome. It's his castle and we're just visiting. Oh, we are here. I'm not sure exactly how long the line was, but it felt short. I was just enjoying that queue that much. I'm guessing we're on Team Bowser. Or maybe not. Coins you get here do add to your score in the Nintendo World app. That's on your Universal Studios Hollywood app. Four, three, two, one.
Alright, racers, once the doors in front of you are completely open out of stock, you can make your way to the next room.
What you can't see in here is the videos have a slight 3D effect to them. They're lenticular videos. Race today, to do, win. Detail hygiene for chain shots. Dental hygiene. There's just too much to take in. There's Bowser's chair. His throne. The little picture of Peaches, 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 Peaches. He is obsessed with Princess Peach. There's designs for the racetrack. Line's moving too fast now. I can't take this all in. I'm gonna have to pause the video to take this all in. Ooh. Big old sign. Keep out. Here, a bullet bill is getting made, or sorry, a bomb-bomb. I took off my cap because they're going to be wearing a visor. The Mario Kart, the race is a 3D hodgepodge, so I won't be recording that. You can catch other YouTube videos on it to see what it looks like. But that's gonna be it for me until I'm done with the race. So I'll see you outside. Never mind, it took us into another room. Yeah, it looked like it was getting all ready to go, but not quite.
All right, racers, be careful. Doors will be closing behind you. All right, racers, if you look to the monitor on the right, we'll give you a brief explanation on how the ride works.
I'm glad I got mine. I'm gonna get that trophy. I feel like I'm in a cult here.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we have your attention, please? We are currently experiencing a brief delay in our operation. We apologize for the inconvenience and will keep you advised of any further developments. Thank you for your cooperation and patience.
Right when I'm next. That was a pretty cool ride. It uses AR goggles on your visor here. I still got to put on my Mario cap back on. The funny thing is I have my Toad badge all registered and ready to go, but it did not register the coins I won in the game. They got to get a minimum of 100 coins to win. I got 120, and for some reason it didn't register anything. So let me see what happens when I hit one of these blocks over here. Okay, it seemed to register. I think it might have just been, I think it just might have been my steering wheel on the ride. I didn't know what happened. But I'll try it again. I can go into single rider and I can get on there faster. Yeah. So I guess I'll be a little more descriptive about the Mario Kart ride since I'm waiting in line for another activity right now to get more coins for my Toad avatar. Unfortunately, I'll probably have to go on the ride again because it did not record the coins I won in that game because it was a bad steering wheel or something. I was tapping it, you know, directly on once it reacting to it. Anyway, it's basically like an AR kind of ride. You have a steering wheel with little buttons on it that you use to fire your shells. You got a limited number of shells until you get a question mark block hits your path, which gives you more shells. And you aim by just looking around, and you can, it'll do like a little bit of auto aiming there. You got to make sure to hit the Koopa kids and Bowser himself and try not to hit the heroes. There's other enemies you can hit for bigger points. They try to get you to have a minimum of 100 coins to say you win the game, and I got 120 at the time. The one thing that's funny is it has a steering wheel, but the card still steers itself. It's just more to give the illusion that you're steering than you're actually steering. I will say it is fat friendly. It's a little tight, but I fit in it. I was able to ride it, no problem. So I might be giving me hopes for Secret Life of Pets later. It's real bright. My camera didn't fully charge last night. I'm like 55% charged, so I'm going real dim on the brightness, so I'm able to make it last. So I'm gonna try some more activities. One like this one over here. If you can see that, there's a little trying to get the Koopa. And that's gonna be it for right now. It's getting warmer. Kind of wish I didn't bring my jacket, but it was cold and rainy this morning, so all right. I got one key, now I gotta get two more. One you get by rolling back this Goomba. He'll show up in a sec. You use a crank to get him to roll off his hill. There he is. So next person's gonna roll it as fast as they can and get the little Goomba to trip. There he goes. And the other one, you have to get around this giant piranha plant. He's currently sleeping. You got to make sure not to wake him up. Oh, there he goes. Look at the size of that guy. He's a mean green mother from outer space, and he's bad. Well, this is taking a lot longer than 5 minutes. Looks like it's going to take me at least a half hour just to knock over a little Koopa and win a key. You get the 3 keys, you go into Bowser Jr.'s castle and do the final activity there. And you can go upstairs and get a really nice view of the whole land, and you can see some Pikmin and stuff. Just a little update. I did get a confirmation on the Toadstool Cafe. I'll be in at 3:30. So that's great. So I'll be able to do everything today. That's exactly what I want. Here comes the man. Here they come, the big boys. Alrighty. this game, you got to knock on all the alarm clocks to get the piranha plant back to sleep. Oops, I didn't have that recording. Okay. Now we are in Bowser Jr.'s lair. We've done all the activities, and now we gotta go after him to get the golden mushroom.
This far, up ahead is your final showdown with Bowser Jr. When Bob-ombs are tossed at you, use your arms to swat them away. Got it? Swat Bob-ombs away. When bullet bills fly toward you, duck to dodge them. Don't forget, duck to dodge bullet bills. Jump to hit a question mark and get a power. When you get a fire flower, swing your arms to throw fireballs. Yes, swing your arms to throw fireballs. Now go forth, defeat Bowser Jr. and reclaim the golden mushroom. Good luck, heroes!
Finished up with Super Nintendo World for now. And now I'm on the using the express line for the Krusty Carnival.
This contains every medication that was lost in the war in the last.
It was made 25 years ago and has never been repaired. Time and nature have caused for it to splinter. I believe those splinters and use them to manufacture this replica of the information here. If you wonder if the book is to scale, the answer is yes. If your parents were X-Men, the answer is 17 to 1.
Hey, those are just two drunks who fished out of the gutter.
That's a lie!
In the age of the dinosaurs, the vast ocean was home to an explosion of life. At the top of the food chain sat the Mosasaurus, apex predator of the deep.
You are clear for entry.
Whoa.
freely. Keep an eye out for the Parasaurolophus, who likes to splash around in the water. You may even see our new baby Stegosaurus, one of the latest additions to our Jurassic World family. In a moment, you will be entering Predator Cove, home to some of Jurassic World's most powerful creatures.
We have a containment alert. Containment failures. Multiple systems failure.
Hold all boats in safe zone. Out of containment. Active containment units to Predator Cove. Repeat.
Got splashed harder than I've ever gotten splashed in my life in a water park on Jurassic Park. I cannot finish recording because splashing kept shorting out the camera. Look at my jacket. This is what it's supposed to look like. And this is just dark, soaking wet through the denim. Oh my God, I have never been that soaked before. Of course, it didn't help I was in the front seat. And it was just really, really bad. All right.
Listen closely, Philistines. The human who brings me the All-Star, I will let live as a pet. The Autobot cannot protect you. So when you step forward, make sure not to pass this men in your line. Kneel before me and proclaim, all hail Lord Megatron. Let us begin this show. Step forward, first humans. Step forward. Don't be shy. I don't bite much.
I don't like
Well, I made it. I got that reservation. A lot of people can't even get inside here. Alright, I got in. So I am going with the Bowser Fireball Challenge. So this spicy syrup, spicy sauce with a breaded biscuit and a fireball all in this very hot spicy sauce. So I'm gonna give it a try and let you guys know how that is. First thing I'm gonna try is the little breading here. It's spicy. That's pretty good though. I don't know what that kind of sauce that is, but I like it. The whole dish was $29.99. It's a little pricey, but you get to keep the bowl, which is very cool. It's got Bowser at the bottom. Ooh. You know, it's the right kind of spice though. It's hot, but I'm not like, you know? So that I appreciate. Good old flag. Take that home with me. Now let's try this spicy meatball. Okay, hold on, I gotta cut that up with the butter knife. All right, here we go. Ooh, the longer that stays in your mouth, the hotter it gets. Ooh. I like it. Oh, this is good. Five out of 5 Jasons. I actually really enjoy this. It's the perfect amount of spice. It's hot, but it's not like, it's super hot, but it's not overwhelming. My mouth's not burning. It's just got that nice flavor. I really enjoy it. Okay, and that's probably going to do for Super Nintendo World, but I'll see you for some more Universal in just a moment. Okay, I'm not quite done with Nintendo. I found an area I haven't been in yet. But I'm almost finished. And that's going to do it for Super Nintendo for me today. Time to go back to the rest of the park and use my Express Pass to get as much rides as I can. That'll be it for now. Transformers, that was intense. I gotta say though, with the stroller situation, this is how you do it. I mean, you've seen the videos from Disneyland and everything, just strollers everywhere, almost blocking entrances. To have them in a nice, section just cut off is actually a major plus that you don't get from Disneyland and some other parks.
Figure out a pattern. Now take your foot back. Put your foot back out. Take your foot back. See what she's doing? Alright, start sliding your foot back and forth. Keep doing it, keep doing it. You want to establish a pattern.
Put in. You put your left foot in, you put your left foot out, you
almost adopted behaviors. Oh, she's trying to get you to her, and you did it instinctively. That's perfect. Right now, you guys are communicating. And ultimately, that is what we are hoping for here on the island.
There it was, and it's Super Nintendo World. And there's a good chunk of LA. Universal City. All the way out there.
Hold it! Oh, you just received a message from
The Emperor! Ooh, my clever son has been asked to make a special delivery for the Emperor!
How do you know that?
Simple. I read his mail.
Is that delivery? Oh, that looks important.
It's more than important. This is the liquid of ultimate power.
Well, if the Emperor needs that delivery, then we'll make sure he gets it. Right, guys?
But we may not all survive.
Okay. Like that.
Poppy reporting for duty.
She said duty. Sorry, guys. I think we may need some warriors that are a little, bigger.
So I just did the Kung Fu Panda Theater Show, which I didn't know anything about, you know, going in, because that's one of the newer ones. And it's basically, it's replaced Shrek 4D, and it's interesting because they got a pre-show with literally all the DreamWorks characters in it, but the main adventure is a Kung Fu Panda adventure. And all of the chairs move and shake you around and everything. It's basically like a motion ride like the Simpsons one, in that only it's a large theater and you're just sitting in a chair and it's still moving you around, getting that effect. So I found that kind of interesting. It's pretty cool, but way different than I was expecting. Anyway, I'm gonna go check out, see if Secret Life of Pets, if I can actually get my fat ass in the seats. See you later.
Anyway, you want to keep doing your business and have a good time.
Listen and learn, puppies. Look, we got to find you guys a family while you still puppies. You got to take a clock, and you're not getting in the queue. Luckily for you puppies, there's an adoption event happening right now at the pet store just a few blocks away. But we got to hurry. Adoption day is almost over.
And that was a short ride, and that I never got to go on it. It's true, folks. It's getting to the point where Universal hates heavyweight people, it seems like. I mean, the Harry Potter one, I understand. You're hanging, you got your legs dangling. That's the important thing, not to have too much weight on. But then they have, like the Mummy and Secret Life of Pets, where it's these rides with handlebars, and instead of having, you know, wide enough seats to accommodate larger people, the seats are getting skinnier and skinnier. I barely fit on the Mario Kart back in the day, but I mean earlier today, that is. But Secret Life of Pets is a slow moving ride. There's no reason for it to have a two-seat ride when you could do like the Haunted Mansion and just have one large bar and one large seat, so it can actually accommodate 2 adults and even 1 child. Haunted Mansion does that. It's perfect. It's not a thrill-seeking ride at all. It's very much a slow-moving, slow-paced ride. So there's no reason for those tight-ass seats in there. I don't understand that. Anyway, I'm gonna see if I can check out the studio tour, if that's still going. I'm not sure at this hour. Just turned 6. So we'll see.
We're gonna be heading out in just a few moments. Now you might be wondering, who is this beautiful voice that you hear? It is your very own tour guide. Hello everybody, my name is Jorge. I'm going to be your tour guide today. Hello, hello, hello. I'm not a robot, I'm not a pre-recording or anything. I'm a real life person up here at the front tram. No,
okay, now I'm disappointed.
Or anything like that. We're just going to dive right in and give you a little adventure through our 400-acre studio lot. So before we actually head out, I want to make sure that everybody's got a pair of these very fashionable So New York Street has been utilized in several different kinds of projects, but really recently, actually earlier last week, they were closing off this entire area here to build an obstacle course for American Ninja Warrior.
Hey, Studio Tour, this is Akbar Bajapir Miller, and did you know that we filmed American Ninja Warrior right here on New York Street? In fact, we built the entire course in just a few days. Take a look.
So they rented this place out for only about 3 to 4 days, built their set, did all their filming, and then broke it all down again in just a matter of a few days, everybody. It's really incredible to see just how fast that process is.
Be sure to watch this season on Mondays on NBC and stream next day on Peacock.
But look around, everybody. These are all of our wonderful buildings here on New York Street. You'll notice that all of them are multi-dimensional, which makes them practical sets. Now, if you're not sure what a practical set is, a practical set means that we're able to film both inside it and outside of it, which makes for a very multi-dimensional experience. Now, a lot of these buildings have brick walls on them, but those brick walls aren't actual brick. They're made entirely out of plywood and plaster. And that's a further extent of being able to really transform this area and accommodate it for whatever project is going on here. Now, we passed by that Lyric Theater right here on your left-hand side, which you can actually see in Spider-Man 2, starring Tobey Maguire. We also transformed this entire area here into 1940s New York for Captain America: The First Avenger, starring Chris Evans. There's a whole chase sequence that happens in that first movie. And we were able to decorate this area with lots of vehicles from that time period, have a lot of background actors and extras, and really make it look like an actual wonderful New York City, everybody.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York.
So think back on any of your favorite movies, TV shows, commercials, music videos. Lots of times you do have to film on a location, whether that's in a big city, a small town, a real place, an imaginary place. Maybe it's even set in a certain time period. If our budget allows us, we are able to film on a real life location. Sometimes we're able to build those sets inside our sound stages. But if we want something a little more tangible that we have a little bit more control over in terms of the look or the appearance, we can come right here to our Metropolitan sets, bring those locations to life. Now, on certain occasions, our characters do need a place of residency. So right here on your right-hand side are some of our apartment complexes on what we like to call our wonderful Brownstone Street. Now, you can catch Brownstone Street in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, starring Macaulay Culkin and Catherine O'Hara. Now, you're also going to be able to notice some squares on the edge of our sidewalks, everybody. That's where we're able to implement extra street lamps, because sometimes we like to do nighttime sequences, sometimes we like to explore certain time periods. So we're able to pop in and out any kind of era-appropriate street lamps on any given day for any given scene that they might be working on. And speaking of time travel, as we round the corner, coming up on your left-hand side, this is our beautiful City Hall, everybody, standing on our Courthouse Square. Now, if you're not familiar with Courthouse Square, you might be familiar with it as Hill Valley from a little movie trilogy called Back to the Future.
It was actually the back lot of Courthouse Square that inspired the entire climax of Back to the Future.
I had scenes up there, the clock tower on that ledge. Those ledge about that wide. And I was standing inside looking at the ledge, and I already had vertigo. I just thought there's no way in the world, no way I'm going to stand all that. I was up there for quite a while. Of course, I had a cable.
Now, with the help of all of our production designers, we were able to transform this entire area here into the land of 1985, 1955, and of course, the distant future of regardless, we're going to be entering this tunnel anyway, and here to introduce you to Skull Island is Academy Award filmmaker Mr. Peter Jackson.
It's the original
That train you see up there, that is the former runaway train that was an attraction at Universal before.
Sweep you up in the trench.
It'll come right at you and then just stop it right before it hits you.
Lost Island, you encounter monsters, creatures from prehistoric times.
I think it's time for me to get my...
As we head inside, just a gentle reminder, remain seated at all times. Keep those arms and legs inside the vehicle. Hold on to any personal belongings. And make sure to put on those handy 3D glasses. We're heading right inside the Skull Island. plexiglass and rubber foam. We're also going to see a Ford Anglia from Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. There were at least 17 different types of that same exact car that we needed for filming because we needed this car in several different states of disarray and destruction because of its encounter with the Whomping Willow in that second movie. But picture cars don't have to just be cars, everybody. Look at this gyrosphere here from Jurassic World. You'll notice that gyrosphere doesn't have any windows on it. Now, usually when we're filming on a set, we don't have any windows on our picture cars because we don't want any reflection of our camera crew while we're filming. So we actually added those windows on our picture cars in post-production as a special effect. And because of the fact that we use our picture cars for car chases, stunts, flips, explosions, all that fun stuff, they're not usually made out of regular car materials. They are designed to endure all those crazy stunts we put them through. And just like we did 30 years ago, sometimes we need to make sure that all of our picture cars are also dinosaur-proof, everybody.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Coming up on your left-hand side, some of our mobile lab sets here used for Jurassic Park The Lost World, directed by Steven Spielberg. Now, some of these cages are usually filled to the brim with some of our animatronic dinosaurs, but I think we caught them at a wrong time. I think they're on their lunch break right now, I'm not too sure. They definitely clawed themselves out of there, so just make sure to keep your eyes peeled, everybody. We are off the coast of Costa Rica. We're in Isla Nublar now, so make sure to keep your eyes peeled for any dinosaurs. And if you do see any, make sure to wave hello to them for me. Jurassic Park is, of course, one of our most successful franchises here at Universal Studios. That first Jurassic Park released on June 11th, 1993, 30 years ago. It was a revolution, everybody, because it not only used animatronic dinosaurs, it also used CGI dinosaurs. CGI was still very much so in its primitive years in the early 1990s, so all the filmmakers and plays to make it look like there's lightning outside, put together with some great sound effects. We are currently surrounded by overhead sprinklers called rain rigs. So for our special effects team, can you all turn on the rain rigs for me, please? Making the water look like it's naturally falling from the sky, right? Now, when it comes to any kind of rain sequence at night, it is a lot more difficult to capture all of that falling rain on a camera. So we do need to add in extra lighting effects on our sets so that we're able to see all of that falling rain on the camera while we're filming. If we leave these on for too long, they make for a very believable thunderstorm sequence, so I think we're just going to turn them off and move on. So for our special effects team, can y'all turn off the rain rigs for me? A little bit delayed. Yeah, I think we're all good. I think y'all can turn off the... looks like they might have ignited the flash. Let's see. Might just open the trash in here at Universal. Using thousands of gallons of recycled water. You can see it in Lady Gaga's music video for her song Judas, and also in this chase of us right here, a piece of music to accompany all of our films. So back in the day, we were able to film 6 different movies all at the same time, right here on this street that we're on right now. And we would invite guests to come in for $1.25 set of bleachers all around here. And these guests would be able to sit in and watch active filming. They could cheer on the good guys, boo the bad guys, they could be as loud as they wanted. And we could have 6 different movies all being filmed at the same time because none of them used audio, everybody. Now we are approximately halfway through our tour, everybody, so again, if there's any serious emergency, just pull that ready cord, remain seated at all times. Take one last look at our 6 points. We're going to be going away from our western sets and going somewhere a little closer to the water. We're going to be entering Amity Island now. This is, of course, from our 1975 film, Jaws. This all-chocolate everything shop right here on your left-hand side, which unfortunately does not exist in real life, but it does exist in the afterlife. In fact, it exists in the afterlife in all 4 seasons for one of my favorite TV shows, The Good Place.
You and Michelle starring. This location, the afterlife. I've never ever seen this.
I'm not supposed to be here.
Now, if you're a fan of The Good Place, you'll also be able to recognize this railway station coming up on your left-hand side. But in The Good Place, all 4 seasons of The Good Place utilize a lot of our Little Europe sets. Not just the streets of Little Europe, but also all these practical sets that you see are seen and used in almost every single episode. So if you're looking for a new sitcom to watch this summer, The Good Place is currently streaming on Netflix, everybody. It's a really, really great show. But we were also able to transform Little Europe into the land of Genovia for Disney's Princess Diaries 2, Royal Engagement starring Anne Hathaway. As we enter Amity Island, coming up on your right-hand side, you're going to be able to see the great white shark that has caused so much havoc here at Amity Island. He is on a timeout. He is completely out of the water, so we're safe in that regard. But we also have our wonderful scuba diver, George. It's George's first day as a scuba diver here at Amity Island, so he's making sure that the water is safe, that the coast is clear. So I think we're going to be all safe in that regard. Let's not interfere, everybody. George knows exactly what he's doing. Oh, there's George right now. Everybody wave hi to George. Hey, George. How's your first day on the job, buddy? Tell us a little bit about what's going on. Are you screaming with excitement, or... all right, I think we caught him at a wrong time, everybody. That's fine. I think you might have found something in the water. I'm not too sure, but we're gonna keep going, everybody. There's nothing to fear here. We're all good. There was one more thing that I was supposed to mention during this part of the tour. I can't really remember what it is now. Let me think about it real quick. Oh yeah, there's fire here in this certain part of our tour, but there's something else that I was supposed to mention. I really cannot remember, everybody. I don't know what it is. Oh, there it is. That's what it was. It almost completely slipped my mind. I don't know how I forgot. We actually have a mechanical shark in the water, everybody. His name is Bruce. Now that mechanical shark was not the shark that we used for filming for Jaws. He's special all on his own, but the mechanical shark that we did use for filming for Jaws way back in 1974 did have a lot of technical difficulties. Movies right next to that Decepticon cop car. Now that little green car that you see tucked in the back right next to that double-decker bus belongs to Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean is a national treasure in my humble opinion. And also here is one of our several picture cars from Fast and Furious, everybody. We have a few more of our picture cars from Fast and Furious in our theme park right now. It is in the upper lot because Fast 10 just came out just a few weeks ago. So we have some of those picture cars that we used for that movie in our wonderful theme park, everybody. So make sure to keep your eyes peeled for that. Now, my favorite picture car on the studio lot is coming up on your right-hand side. This cream-colored car parked right outside the Bates Motel. This is, of course, from Alfred Hitchcock's 1960 classic, Psycho. Late last year, Variety magazine released their first edition of the top 100 best films of all time. And if you didn't see that list, Psycho takes the #1 spot. So if you're a movie buff like me, and if you've never seen Psycho, it is currently shooting on Netflix. And see, Psycho is also the first American film to ever show a flushing toilet on the big screen. That's because back in the day, movie executives thought it was too vulgar and too inappropriate to show a flushing toilet in a movie. Oh, how times have changed. Now, as we of course, our incredible disaster site set from Steven Spielberg's alien abduction film from 2005, War of the Worlds, starring Tom Cruise. Now, here on your left-hand side, everybody, is a real-life Boeing 747 aircraft. That is a real-life airplane that was actually purchased by Steven Spielberg to use for the film, and he bought this plane for $60,000. Now, we did have to bring this plane all the way out from the Mojave Desert just to use for filming here on the studio lot. And to get it shipped out here costs an extra $200,000, everybody. So if you're bringing a plane to a studio lot, or if you're using Amazon or DoorDash, it's always in the delivery fees. That's how they get you. Now, as you can see, the top half of that aircraft is completely taken off, and that's because we did have to fit it under several different overpasses while we drove it out here from the desert. But as I mentioned before, War of the Worlds is an alien abduction movie. So Steven Spielberg liked the look of it so much that he was like, you know what, just leave it exactly as it is. Now, here on your right-hand side are replicas of real-life houses in a New Jersey neighborhood. Production designer Rick Carter, of course, rebuilt and redestroyed all of these houses here for this wonderful set, which, by the way, is only seen in the movie for about 4 minutes in its entire runtime, so you really have to watch out for it. But speaking of it, we're going to be approaching our last set in our studio tour. We're going to be cruising along Jupiter's Claim. This is, of course, the sci-fi horror film from last year, written and directed by Mr. Jordan Peele from his latest film, Nope. Now you'll see it is closed off today. That's because the UFOs in that film usually disguise themselves as clouds in the sky. And y'all came on a very cloudy day here in City Los Angeles. There have been a few cases of alien abductions that have happened throughout the day, so we decided to go around it, not through it.
You'll have to see our movie to answer that.
I Will Always Love You in the best little whorehouse in Texas. This is a perfect example of what we like to call a practical set. We were able to film both inside and outside this house here. Now, in addition to having our very own metropolitan sets here at Universal Studios, we also have our very own suburban neighborhood right here in our Colonial Street. So as we enter Colonial Street, all of these houses that you see are practical sets. So we're able to film both inside and outside every single house that you see here, including this yellow house coming up on your left-hand side, which belongs to the main protagonist in the Netflix show Never Have I Ever, produced by Mindy Kaling. There's a new season for that show that just came out, so you're going to be able to see that house be utilized for that TV show. But we were also able to transform this entire street here into Wisteria Lane for the Desperate Housewives.
If there is anything everyone in suburbia can appreciate, it's a good neighbor.
Now, of course, as I mentioned before, we like to explore all different kinds of genres here at Universal Studios. So it isn't always happy-go-lucky here in this suburban neighborhood. Maybe there's a natural disaster, maybe there's a house fire. As opposed to going to your own house and destroying your home, we can come right here to Colonial Street to all to be prepared here. Now, if anybody remembers the song All-Star by Smash Mouth, the first ever song and the first ever Shrek.
All right, and that was the studio tour, and I think I'm done for the day. I am getting tired. I mean, there's a Waterworld show at 8. That's the only thing I haven't really gone on, but I just want to get to bed and relax. Because I still have just a little bit more activity to do tomorrow downtown Disney and such, and then I'll be heading on my way home. That's it from Universal. Fun time at Super Nintendo World. I will say it's very compact there, so when there's a large amount of people, it takes forever to just do any of the smaller activities. I mean, that Piranha Plant activity thing, that took like an hour and a half. And that was longer than going on the Mario Kart ride. And I also, when you tap something to get a recording or anything, not tapping like hitting the question mark block, but when you're like pressing your wristband thing against the steering wheel, you gotta put it down for a long time. I never recorded any of my Mario Kart stuff, but everything else at this time. But all together, I did have a fun time. And that's gonna do it for this time. I'll see you on the next one. Here's some cars used in the latest Fast and the Furious movie, Fast X. Yeah, that's a nice one, man.
I choose the ones you save.
He's coming for you with everything.
You're about to learn all about fear.
Este es el Supra.
What's the plan, John? I'm not sure.
I've never been so dead. Suffering is over. One mistake. You never took my car.
So a nice little update. As I was on my way up, they stopped me and asked me if I want to do like a little survey of my time here today, and you know, ask my opinions of anything I liked or disliked. So that gave me the opportunity to talk to them about how they're having a harder problem, you know, accommodating overweight people with certain rides like the Mummy, and especially Secret Life of Pets, which is a slow-moving ride, but for some reason has really tight and small seats and won't let the bar go fully down and such. And mentioned a few other things like Super Mario World is extremely busy to the point where even though they're cutting off, you know, a certain amount of people that can go in, I think they need to go a little further. It was like 90 minutes to do the Piranha Plant activity, just to wait in a big old line to slap clocks or wait half an hour to punch a block to knock over a Koopa, you know, kind of thing. So they've gotten to a better way of making that, but other than that, I gave them my opinion on most stuff, and they were happy with what I had to say. So I'm glad I was able to, you know, contribute and get my opinion though. Anyway, I'm getting tired and thirsty. I'm gonna grab a drink and head on back home. Not an alcoholic drink, no, just a regular old drink. So that's it for me from Universal, and we'll see you next time again.